Evening, welcome to the Derby debrief from RamsTV. Owen Bradley with former Derby skipper Shaun Barker alongside, here to reflect and bring you some reaction to Derby's victory this afternoon. The Rams end their run of 3 consecutive defeats with a 2-0 victory at Forest Green Rovers. They scored early after just 90 seconds through James Collins' penalty, and late on David McGoldrick getting his 20th of the season. Probably the most fortunate goal he'll score this campaign, but they all count, and it means that Derby have the victory today. We'll show what it means for the table a little bit later. Things are very tight still in that League One playoff race. Reaction to come from the head coach, but we start as always with a word or two from Shaun. Look, it wasn't a brilliant performance, but what was important today was that Derby won the game, right?
Exactly that. I don't think there was a great opposition. Forest Green didn't really offer too much in terms of a threat. We started the game wonderfully on the front foot, obviously getting that penalty after 30 seconds or so, which Colo stuck in the back of the net. Probably should have made it a little easier for ourselves. We had a couple of chances. Colo had the chance in the first half, McGoldrick just at the start of the second. But when you're looking to bounce back and to get back into winning ways and to get the confidence up, first and foremost, I look for a clean sheet. Are your defenders defending the box? Are they making the right decisions? Are your midfield running around, trying to land on second balls, play simple passes, and are your front pairing, linking, combining and showing that little attacking threat that we know they've got? And I think everyone did that today. Irrelevant opposition, irrelevant performance, we got what we needed away from home, got the result, got the clean sheet, and hopefully that breeds a little bit of confidence within this group that have definitely suffered with that of late.
Because we talked before the game about how important the result was today, and when you look at results elsewhere, yes, Wycombe lost at Ipswich, but Peterborough won, Bolton won as well. If Derby hadn't have won today, they'd be 3 points off the pace at this point. It underlines how important the result was above all else. Yeah,
and if you look at the running we've got winnable games. We've got games against teams in the bottom half of the table. Of late, we've played against the top teams, and without performing poorly, we've suffered because they've had that little bit more quality. They've had those little moments that matter. And they've ended up winning the game. So for us, it was about getting back to winning ways. We've got teams that I really do fancy us against, especially after a positive result and performance today. So it's important that we keep on chasing. It's important that the team sticks together, keeps on working hard, and so important for a clean sheet. I'll say it again, the importance of a clean sheet. When we was on the run early in the season, it was based on clean sheets. We had a back four of Sibbs, Smith, Forsyth and Cashin, and they were the boys that were keeping clean sheets, which just allows the attacking players to feel a little less pressure of scoring week in, week out. Today we got the clean sheet. I thought the back three were excellent, and we created enough to win it comfortably.
More from Box in a moment or two. Let's get you some reaction though from the new lawn. Here's the Derby boss, Paul Warne.
Paul, congratulations, 3 points in the bag, clean sheet as well. You must be pretty pleased with that.
Yeah, pretty pleased. Yeah, pretty pleased. I thought we started the game really well, obviously scoring early on, but we could have been 3 up in the first 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And then in fairness to Forest Green, they defended really well and made it difficult for us. And look, they have 2 centre-forwards that aren't centre-forwards. One of them's a sitting midfielder, but they're both midfielders. They drop in, they overload the middle of the pitch, and it makes it difficult. And they did make it difficult. We limited to not many clear-cut chances. After saying that, I thought Nat was unplayable. Like, the balls he kept putting in were a joke, and they're goal balls, and you know, we created enough chances to win handsomely, but until you get your second goal, nothing feels comfortable. So and then obviously we had a few fallers in the game, and then, you know, buzzing that Didsey got a pressing goal. That's like worth 2 in my eyes. And then, but we finished the game with a real ascendancy. But by then, we'd sort of, you know, killed their spirit. The second goal was a big turning point. But up to then, you just never know. There's an opportunity. So yeah, pleased to win. Pleased to get a clean sheet. It's nice to win. Obviously, we're all in it to win. We're not in it to feel bad about ourselves every 5 o'clock every Saturday night. So yeah, it's Good Friday today. Before you tell me, but yeah, pleased. Get on the bus as quickly as we can and rest up and try and go again Monday against a good MK side.
I'm sure you would have wanted a good start, and you got one after 32 seconds with the penalty. I mean, no doubt about it, and nice for Colo to stick it away and get him back on the goals trail as well.
Yeah, really good. I mean, what pleased me a lot was we were trying to hit diags from either Cash or Joe, and Joe hit one. Nat didn't give up on it, which is crucial, and they're the little details that matter. He didn't give up on the ball, chased it down, put it in, and it was handball. We've seen it back on the iPad, and I just thought if we could have got a second goal while we were in such ascendancy, it would have been great. Apart from one goal kick that went straight through, apart from that, I don't think really we had anything to worry about. But while it's 1-0, you've got everything to worry about. It's one slip, one bit of skill, one shot, one set piece, one whatever, and you're gone from in an ascendancy to not. And my fear was today that, I know they're fighting for their lives, I understand that. If they were to score first, it'd be very hard to break them down because, like I said, they've got no strikers on the pitch. So we were lucky that we got the first goal. And then I thought we had reasonable control of the game, but they did make it really difficult for us.
You mentioned they were going to do that anyway, and David McGoldrick, that's 20 for the season now. You mentioned it was worth 2, but it's just worth the 1, so that gets him on to 20, and that's some return for you.
Yeah, really. I mean, obviously, I think the world did see he was the captain today, which, in fairness, the way I keep dropping my captains is probably the armband of death. But hopefully he'll enjoy wearing it for a bit. But I thought he was good today. I'm glad he scored because then I don't have to mention his Mexican hat dance near the dugout where he lost it. So swings and roundabouts, I suppose. So yeah, really good performance from Didzy and Colo. Like, they worked really hard, and it's difficult. And there were some really good performances. I thought, Tom came on, had an effect. Dobbs had an effect. But my not that you've asked me, but I'll tell you, my man of the match was Nat. I thought Nat was brilliant. I thought Knight was really good, and all in all, a good day at the office. Nice to have Chesney back on the pitch, and we had to take him off before there was an issue. Same with Hayden. As soon as they tighten up, you just got to get him off. Same with Nat. All 3 of them tightened up, and like at the time, you then make your changes. If the game goes the other way, you look a right idiot. But we had to do it. We've got another game in, 3 days, 2 days, whatever the case may be. In fact, we'll be on the training pitches in about 18 hours. So we'll wrap them up and, prepare them for Monday.
Just on James Chester, how big a call did you feel it was to put him back in? He hadn't played since October. I know he's got a lot of minutes for the 21s recently. It's been a long old wait for him.
Yeah, Chester's trained really well. And in fairness to Runes has played well. But, Runes is, I really like Runes. This sounds a bit creepy, but he's having loads of minutes, possibly more than he should have, and I don't mean that disrespectfully, but he's had a good game, and then he always fatigues a little bit. We've got to try and help him with his fitness, and I know what will help is back-to-back games. I understand that, but you can't, you got to win games fundamentally, and I just thought that bringing Chesney back in is just another leader, another man. And sometimes and obviously we've been on a sticky wicket. I'm not saying we haven't. Our performances haven't been that bad, but sometimes you just need all your leaders on the pitch. And Chesney definitely brought that, as did Curtis when he came on. So yeah, really pleased to have him back. I haven't really seen much of him. I think the last time I saw him play was against Cambridge, and then he came off. So you can tell me I'm wrong. I could be wrong, but it seems a long while. And I said to him when he came off, did you enjoy it? And he went, yeah, I did. I think, thank God for that, because if not, you might as well quit. So, but yeah, he makes really good decisions, hence why he's a very good player, and we're a better team when he's in and around it.
On to MK Dons on Monday then at Pride Park. If you could get back-to-back wins, that would just extend that sort of momentum swing back the other way, which I know you've absolutely craved.
Yeah, and like we said to him before the game, look, winning 3 points here is no different than 3 points at Sheffield Wednesday or at Wickham, or you've just got to pick up wins. And it's a big win today. And I said to the lads, I don't know if I did actually say it out loud, but I said it in my head that if you don't get 4 points from these 2 games, it's going to be difficult. However, it does depend on how the other results go as well. But it does set us up for a good home game. And like I said, MK aren't the team that possibly their league place shows. So we know they're going to be a really tough arse. They always seem to be when I play against them. So yeah, go into Monday, but it goes in with a boost. It's lovely to win. It's lovely to get on the bus. We can watch golf on the way home now and not feel bad about ourselves, which is great. And the lads can go home feeling good and think, you just don't know how the next few games will go. You don't know that we've gone from that to being excellent on Monday, outstanding on Saturday, sexy is out the following week, and then we're cooking. You just don't know. But wins help, and just swing momentum, swing mood, swing belief. Obviously I'd thank all the fans for coming, although that's the smallest amount of fans I've ever seen for us, and that was
1,300.
You're going to tell me because they're limited, before you all get sensitive about it, but they didn't seem as many. But I liked it, and if you're one of the 1,300, you've got the golden ticket, haven't you? So appreciate it, and obviously the lads appreciate it big time.
Paul Warne, the Derby head coach there. Just for the record, it was another sold-out away end at the New Lawn today, as I think they all have been this season. Tremendous support, as always, Barks. Let's get back to the game. James Collins, firstly, converts the penalty a couple of minutes in. Important for him to get back among the goals. 10 games without a goal before today, and just the perfect dream start.
It was on the front foot, obviously a ball from Cash in behind to Mendes-Lang, who was excellent throughout. It was Colo actually that made the run towards the front post when the handball was committed, and at that point it's up to him in that situation to finish, and he did coolly. I was really pleased with Colin. I thought it was excellent as well, because what he offers you away from home is that grit, that desire to compete for every ball, the willingness to drop in if he sees a player out of position, and that kind of selflessness that he plays with, and for him to get a goal, big plus. Him to play with McGoldrick, you saw at times McGoldrick would drop in those little pockets and show his class in terms of being able to turn and link up play. It was a really good start, and we needed one. We needed one to settle our nerves, to make it difficult for Forest Green Rovers, and again we probably could have had more goals.
I mean, it's a result that almost certainly has condemned Forest Green's relegation if they hadn't been already. And we talked about it in terms of, yes, it's a game that Derby should win, but we know when things aren't going your way how difficult games like today can be, and that opening goal just lifted a lot of pressure I sensed off Derby.
Yeah, well, you can understand pressure for a club that feels that they shouldn't be in this division. They are for whatever reasons, and it's a team that had gone on an unbelievable run, and people were talking about maybe catching the top two. All of a sudden we've had a bit of a fall from grace, and performances have dropped a little bit. Some of the standards that maybe we set early in the season had dropped, and we were just struggling to find that magic kind of spark within the team, within the players, and you can see a lot of the confidence draining out of the players over the last month or so, where performances have been okay without getting results, or a little moment of kind of lack of concentration, whatever, and you get punished. That's happened of late, and today there was none of that. I felt we were in control from the start. We started well, we got a goal, we could have made it easier. Some of the performances were excellent. I thought the back three were brilliant. Mendes-Lang on the right always had the beating of the full-back, and it looked more like us, especially away from home where we're difficult to beat and we're high intensity and we're pressing well, and of course that second wonder goal from McGoldrick came from a press.
Yeah, you talk about calming nerves, and one of my favourite phrases, as you know, they don't ask how, they ask how many, and I think that'll be one of those for David McGoldrick. Right place at the right time, 2-0, game's won at that point. Yeah,
but it wasn't just him on the press. I think it was Colo and I think it was Barks that were always looking to go and press, to not allow Forest Green Rovers to settle. And even in the 88th minute or whatever it was, everyone's still on the front foot. Now, that's what this manager wants. It's what he wants from his players. And if you ask him McGoldrick to go and press in the 88th minute and he's doing it, you know you're doing something right. And you deserve your luck sometimes. You do deserve your luck. And 20 goals this season. Hopefully there's a few more left in him before now and the end of the season, and hopefully there's a few more positive results like that.
Yeah, if you missed the stat earlier, David McGoldrick becomes just the third Derby player in 27 years to hit that 20-goal plateau. He joins Matteo Vidra and Chris Martin, who did it a couple of times here at Pride Park Stadium. Just to talk big picture before we hear from Joe Wildsmith, important win, as I say, because of results elsewhere and how that's left the table looking. But for Derby to end that run of 3 defeats, to get back in the win column, to look with 6 games to go and think maybe now we can start to find some momentum again. We talk about teams peaking at the right time and getting on a run. I mean, this could be the start of that for Derby now.
Yeah, I think we talked in previous games about the importance of the game, and that was because of the gap that maybe Peterborough could gain on you, or you can compete against the better teams in this division, the Wickhams, the Boltons, whoever it may be. This is a kind of different scenario now. We've got only a few games left. Your away performances have to be bang on. Your home performances have to be how they were a couple of months ago, where we're just brushing teams to the side. And that comes with confidence. It comes with belief. It comes with players that are on form, and sometimes it just takes a spark. And hopefully it's happened today. I don't think they were great, and I think we've played better. But it was just that moment of being better, being more dominant, taking our chances when they arrived, and defending well throughout. And that again isn't just the back three. It's the players in front of them, the attitude and application of the work rate to stop the opposition player. I'm confident with this team at the moment. I really am. I just thought it just would take a game, and I'm hoping it's this game, because the teams we're looking at are winnable games, and with this team full of confidence, they can win those.
And Derby's next 4 games all against sides in the bottom half of the League One table. Let's get some more reaction to today's victory for the Rams, 2-0 away at Forest Green Rovers. His goalkeeper, Joe Wildsmith.
Joe, back to winning ways. How pleased is everybody in that dressing room?
Yeah, everyone's delighted. I think we needed to get a win on the board as soon as possible after the last few fixtures, so it was great to come down here to a tough place that we've seen. Obviously Sheffield Wednesday came here and didn't get any points, and they made it tough for Portsmouth the weekend, and they only won 1-0, so it was good to come down here, put a good result, a good performance in, and get a good result as well.
What kind of boost does it give you to start in the way you did today with a penalty inside a minute?
Yeah, of course. I mean, everyone gets off to a flyer, everyone's positive, everyone's confident, and it just gives the crowd a rise and sort of kills theirs. So everything's sort of going our way. Would have been nice, obviously, to get a few more goals in the first half, but it wasn't to be. But we stuck at it, and a hard-fought game against a team that like to play and take risks. So it was difficult at times to sometimes like let yourself go and press them, because they are able to play around you. So no, it was a disciplined performance from the boys, and a hard-worked performance from the lads, and it's great to get the result at the end of that.
You mentioned pressing, and that's exactly where the second goal came from. It's not a typical David McGoldrick goal, is it?
Of course, but he'll take it all. I know he'll take it. But yeah, it's great to get that second goal. It just takes the little bit of pressure off at 1-0 going into the last 10 minutes. So yeah, great to get that second goal and cement that victory, and great to get a clean sheet for the boys at the back, and they worked hard as well to get that over the line.
That's 20 goals for the season for David McGoldrick now. It's an excellent return from him, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And I think he's got assists as well in with that. So for him to come and give those sort of numbers to a team, it's great. But like I say, it's people putting it on a plate for him, and people working hard around him that get him those accolades. And like I say, he's put it on a plate for other people too. So it's great to have a player like Dids in the changing room, his experience and his quality, and he's only going to improve lads around him and spur us on to do better this season.
And his strike partner back in the goals as well. How pleased is everyone for James Collins to get back on the score sheet? Yeah,
it's great. It's great to have your strikers both scoring. It gives them confidence, gives us confidence. Like I said, Nat was putting balls in, and Sibs were putting balls in first half, and knowing that both of them are in and around the goals, it gives everyone a boost to put it in there. And yeah, it's great for both of them, obviously, to get on the score sheet after a few games where we haven't scored many goals. So yeah, back to winning ways, back to scoring, and hopefully take that into Monday against MK Dons.
I'm conscious I'm talking about strikers a lot. You're a lot more pleased with that clean sheet, I imagine, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's 20 for the season in all competitions for the back line and the team in general. So that one slot on the wall is going to get filled, and it'll look a lot neater on tomorrow morning. So yeah, it's great, obviously, to get the clean sheet and work hard towards it, because I feel like we've been a tad unlucky with some goals, and the Plymouth game in particular, where a deflected goal and a penalty that was quite dubious. So for us to get that clean sheet and get it on the board, and bring some confidence to the whole team, scoring and keeping clean sheets. So hopefully we can take that into the run-in now and really kick on and put some pressure on.
On a personal note, to hit 20 clean sheets in a season, that must be something you're really proud of.
Yeah, absolutely delighted. I mean, the games that I've racked up this season in the first place, I'm really pleased of, and to get the 20 clean sheets with that is a great personal milestone for me, and yeah, absolutely delighted.
As you say, Monday, MK Dons, back at Pride Park Stadium.
Yeah.
You want maximum points from the Easter period, don't you?
Of course. I feel like we can put a real statement down if we get maximum points from the weekend, and the table will look a lot different, hopefully. I think there's a bit of a gap now between 8th and 7th with us, and obviously we're on the same points as Peterborough and Bolton, so it's all to play for, and yeah, we're really excited for the run-in and to get as many points as possible from the remaining games.
Just finally, Joe, I want to touch on the fans. They filled out this entire stand down the side here. Another excellent following from them, wasn't it?
It's brilliant because it's an awkward place to get to. Yeah, so really good to see all the fans down here supporting on a great day. So they got to sun themselves a little bit and watch some good football, which is nice, and go on with 3 points, which I'm sure they won't be moaning about.
And there is Joe Wildsmith. Results from this Good Friday then. Big wins in the relegation scrap for Accrington, who beat Port Vale, and for Cambridge, who beat Fleetwood. So things get a little tighter down there and get a little bit closer for Derby's opponents on Monday. MK Dons, who drew with Portsmouth today, did Derby a favour in that regard. Barnsley lost at Burton, bit of a surprise there. Barnsley 6 points off the top 2 now with 7 games left to play. Bolton won at Exeter, not good news for Derby. Wycombe lost at Ipswich, that was better news for the Rams. Ipswich continue their incredible run of 7 consecutive wins without conceding a goal. A victory for Lincoln as well. Plymouth came from behind to win at Morecambe. Sheffield Wednesday dropped more points away at Oxford United this time, and a victory for Peterborough as well. Those wins for Peterborough and for Bolton mean it's as you were in the race for the playoffs as far as Derby are concerned. Look at that, all 3 teams on 67 points, and the goal difference plus 22 for Bolton, plus 21 for Peterborough, plus 20 for the Rams. You can't get much closer. Plymouth are the new leaders. Ipswich have finally broken into the top 2. At the other end, as I mentioned, Accrington, Cambridge both closing the gap to MK Dons, and they both have a game in hand as well. Things looking pretty grim for Morecambe, and very grim indeed for Forest Green Rovers. And that's just about it from us for now. If you want more reaction to today's game, it'll be available for you on the website over the weekend. Go to dcfc.co.uk. That's where you can go to get your tickets for Monday's game and your match passes as well. If you can't be at Pride Park Stadium to watch the Rams take on MK Dons, you can join us on RamsTV. We're available worldwide, including in the UK. So we'll see you then. From me, Barks, and the team, goodbye.
In by Harahan. And there's the response from Derby. There's no flag this time, and it's Hayden Roberts with his first goal for the Rams. Lifted in by Harahan. Oh, it's stopped for Collins. The referee has given it, and James Collins is back amongst the goals. He's taking on one. He's found Bird. Back to Mendes-Lang. Lovely turn.